everybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the HYDE'S broadcast coming to you live from hazy California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is the start of a new dawn, a new day, a new year. That's right. It is January 1st, 2025. Leave the mustache in 2024. I disagree about that. I think a lot of other people would also disagree with you about that as well. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 wasn't the best. I will admit, not the greatest year, at least for me. Personally, I achieved a lot of the goals that I had set forth for myself, for this community. Some I failed on, and it's fine. It's a constant journey of self-improvement. That's what life is all about, right? This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about what's going on in my world, in the world of Hasan HasanAbi Piker, in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. And of course, a lot has taken place. Last night, I brought in the new year with some somber messages. Having said that, however, I had a fantastic little Marvel Rivals moment, which was great. Had a great time with that, with some friends, Pokimane, Valkyrie, Shroud, Beanans, and of course, who can forget Todok. Shroud and Turkish Shroud and Greek Shroud in one lobby. True. Okay, so I ended the broadcast, and what did I do? After ended the broadcast, I went to hang out with my mom, my grandparents, Shaky Gurga, and the family were there as well. I went there and I consumed an incredible amount of cookies, absolutely breaking my diet on the last night of the year, which is fine. Sometimes it's okay to have a little bit of fun that way. They had delicious cookies. They had like a cookie that had like Krispy Kreme style. It was like a regular cookie, but it had like a Krispy Kreme inside. Or is it Krispy Kreme? No, Rice Krispie treat inside, like marshmallow Rice Krispie treat inside. And also M&M, the like M&M chocolate chips. It was insane. It's like one of the craziest cookies I've ever had. It was an absolute banger. Anyway, destroyed the diet last night. That's fine. Had some burek as well. But it is what it is. It's the new year after all. Not the end of the world to have a little bit of fun. But yeah. Personal news wise, after a brief stint with the fam, they were playing this game called like the color hue guessing game, which I don't fully understand because it incentivizes everyone playing poorly. Like one person picks a card and they try to tell you things without using colors, without saying colors. They try to tell you what the color is, and the hues and cues, I guess, is the name of the game. The game itself is interesting because it incentivizes you to lie and do a bad job so that people can't figure out exactly what the color is, and then that way you sneakily have an advantage, hoping that other people are more charitable. Other people are good-natured. All right, whatever. I left that to go to Ethan's house. He was throwing a New Year's Eve party. Ethan Nestor. Conflict resolution, let's go. I think in 2025, we're also going to try to be less stupid. How about that? As a community, I think in 2025, we're just going to be less stupid in general. Does that sound good? Can we be less fucking stupid? Yeah, no, I didn't spend New Year's with a guy who's you know, been calling me a radical terrorism supporter and an anti-Semite. It's impossible for this community to be less stupid. It's gonna happen. We're gonna have stupidity no matter what. Unfiltered stupidity. Less stupidity, more smarty. Okay. But yeah, here it is. You know, brought the new year in. We made it alive. Which is good. I will tell you what I did right after, though. I left literally 10 minutes. Like 12:08 is when I left the party. I was like, that's it. I've done my obligation. I did my service. I socialized with people. Cutie Cinderella can attest to that. I did my very best in socializing with people. Cutie Cinderella can attest to that as well. She was there. Okay, she saw me. Trying my best. After socializing, I left at like 12:08 because Ethan Nestor lives fairly far from me. So I knew that there was going to be a treacherous journey ahead. I knew that it was going to take quite some time to get back home to sleep at a reasonable hour. I also knew that if I had left early, like right after the tide, right after 12, the streets would be empty. And I was right. The streets were empty. Well, regardless, I went back home. I passed out instantly. Instead of waking up at 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. as I always do, I woke up at 9. New year, new me for real. No, new year, old me. That is something that I will always maintain. Okay. You can expect Instagram fit checks and fitness cardio videos, and also for me to be live usually every single day, usually around 11 a.m. Pacific, sometimes a little bit later. New year, same old, same old. I mean, listen, a lot of people went out, they drank. I didn't drink at all. I drove. I didn't want to drunk drove. So I didn't drink and I drove, and I went to sleep early, and I woke up relatively early, and I went and I did the same thing that I always do. Part of that is going to tie into my New Year's resolutions and the concept of New Year's resolutions in general, because a lot of people place a lot of emphasis on the tide shift, the change of time, and they believe that this will be the primary motivator for them. And I don't discount that, because I'm forever an advocate for change. I'm forever an advocate for growth. I'm always an advocate for self-improvement. So my point is, you don't need to start a diet on a Monday. You don't need to start your fitness journey or a new hobby that you want to tackle on the first day of the year. You don't have to do any of that. You just have to start doing it. And you have to keep repeating it, at least until it develops into a healthy habit. This is something that has been very instructive, informative, and very helpful in my life. This is how I, at the age of 33, can continue achieving goals that I set for myself with decent success and stay consistent in spite of everything else. Having said that, don't get discouraged if this is your time and your opportunity, if this is the year where you're going to tackle some goals that you have. So you don't keep any New Year's resolutions. No, I don't have any real New Year's resolutions. I just do it as content on stream. But almost every single year, and this is what, my seventh year, well, not seventh year doing New Year's resolutions, but like it's my sixth year doing New Year's resolutions. I always bring up the fact that New Year's resolutions are, not the most stable way to try and make changes in your life, considering that is usually it gives you like a little boost up front where you think, oh, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to make a significant change in my life. And then a lot of people, by the end of January, people just kind of give up on that stuff. My point is, you don't have to wait for a Monday. You don't have to wait for the new year. But if that is what gets you started, then that's great. But just keep to it. Stick to it. Try to overcome the first 3 weeks of consistency. This is you right now. Happy New Year. Actually, the year is an arbitrarily defined construct. So, I mean, that is how I am. Yeah, the year is, it is arbitrary. It's like nothing changes. Nothing's different from yesterday to today. My 2025 prediction: Johnny Depp dead at 61, Andrew Tate dead at 38, Elon Musk dead at 53, Jeff Bezos dead at 60, Brad Pitt dead at 61, Tory Lanez dead at 32, Roman Polanski dead at 91, Benjamin Netanyahu dead at 75, Mark Zuckerberg dead at 40, Marilyn Manson dead at 55, Cristiano Ronaldo dead at 39, Hasan Piker dead at 33. Wait, this is a list of like genociders, people who have directly shot women, statutory rapist pedophiles, billionaires that are responsible for endless death and exploitation, serial misogynist, alleged sex traffickers, and then a Twitch streamer you don't like. People who have credible sexual assault charges against them, or people who have been convicted of like pedophilia, and then Twitch streamer whose commentary you didn't appreciate. Worst people you've ever seen on the list. And then also Hasan Piker, aka rapist who goes to brothels. That is crazy, man. I wish everyone that does this kind of stuff mental clarity in the upcoming year. By the way, he visited at age 19. Raid happened in 2016. No one was charged with trafficking. Brothel still operational. The pimp who was sentenced 7 years later after Hassan's visit wasn't affiliated with the brothel. Nope, doesn't matter. Isn't that slander? Yes, but what are you supposed to do? Go after a random anonymous Twitter account that thinks I am as evil as the likes of Andrew Tate, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Roman Polanski? I saw someone on TikTok talking about your misogyny, and they referenced the TC Brady tweet as their source. Straight going to Destiny's community for the sources. Yeah, I don't think those guys care or know for the most part. Yeah, they also always talk about how I said the anti-woke college, they always use that as well, where I was like, listen, I myself am not utilitarian, but from a utilitarian perspective, if these rapists want to go to the same colleges and like be contained because they're going to this anti-woke college because they're so upset about Title IX, then, you know, that's probably better for the world. They constantly bring that up to be like, Hasan wants rich women to be raped. Like, this is what he believes. And it's like, it's not. On par with Sam getting fired for Sam's Tim Allen joke or whatever. No, Sam SEDER was fired because he made fun of the people defending Roman Polanski in Hollywood. Sam SEDER was famously fired by a initiative kickstarted by Mike Cernovich that stupid liberals like this person would have jumped on the bandwagon on. Sam SEDER famously got fired for saying, oh, if my daughter would be raped, like I'd rather the person doing it have a fantastic understanding of mise en scene, in reference to Roman Polanski. Like, obviously he's like criticizing Hollywood reaction to Roman Polanski because they consider him to be a fantastic director. That is not rape culture elevating. That is actually critical of rape culture. I guess people just do this thing that everybody does, that the right does all the time, where they just don't care. Like they act like you're being serious. They don't think about it from the framework of like, what is the point of this? It's just very stupid. It's very very stupid. It's very, very dumb. One thing that people have to remind themselves is that you can't get caught up in this. That is what I try to hopefully instill in my chat, in my audience, to the best of my ability, which is, when you see something like that, please don't lean into it. Please don't jump on that bandwagon. Drama on Twitter is just that. Noise. Having said that, however, it does have the capacity to be legitimized by the likes of people in this community. And then it turns from noise into something a little bit more annoying. I think the Dear Elon video is also very dangerous because it makes some very dangerous points in a very compelling way. So I think it could be important for you to comment on, despite the identity of the person involved. Yeah, this person is straightforwardly a pedophile Nazi, which I think is crazy that Asmongold's like, glad I can make this happen. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on here. I guess Sam Hyde made a 46-minute video looking like Trotsky, and it does like pretty straightforwardly ass cheeks Marxist, like not Marxist analysis, but it's couched as a Marxist analysis kind of, and it's getting platformed and whatnot. Sam Hyde is a straight up Nazi and a pedophile, which is why this is so shocking. And a lot of his fans, I think, just say he's just joking. He's just memeing. Many of his fans also are in that same camp. Sometimes they defend it. Other times they're just kind of oblivious to it. And I think when he pops off in this regard, it basically adds to that, no, he's just a normal guy. He's just a funny guy doing ha-has. Like, you don't understand. You just don't have the intellectual depth to understand his jokes. And there are definitely some people who don't know this aspect of him. Deeply unfunny, annoying 14-year-old type humor. No, I think the saddest part about it is that a lot of his fans are older. Like, a lot of his fans are in the Asmongold fandom, like, age as well. Don't lean into drama. You still do that. I don't know if I would consider a pedophile neo-Nazi who has donated to I believe it was Andrew Anglin's legal defense to the tune of $5,000, who has numerous credible allegations or credible accusations of like engaging minors in a very violent way, like sexually assaulting minors, physically assaulting minors, and getting a newfound prominent platform with 13.7 million views as he conducts himself in this like 46-minute video to basically defend his worldview, defend his framework, get a whole bunch of new fans in the process. Yeah, I think it moves beyond that. A person who has also actively talked about jokingly killing me in a self-defense style situation. Jokingly, of course. It was totally not serious, except, you know, if there is a group of people who would, it would be in his fandom, I would say. His cringe fans always say you should fight him at TwitchCon too. Yeah, I know. It's like a call sign for the biggest nuisances. Bonocelli watched the whole thing, said he was a mask-off Nazi, and knowing he has been for a long time, still thought he was funny, makes the collab they did more pathetic. Yeah, that's really interesting that Destiny also said he was an out-and-about Nazi, because it didn't seem like he had any issues basically platforming Sam Hyde when Sam Hyde was talking about how he wanted to murder me, platforming Sam Hyde, talking about murdering me with Sam Hyde, saying he would fund it to the best of his ability, posting it on LSF, having it go super viral, only to realize that he was aligning himself very openly in a hyper-brigaded post on LSF with an open neo-Nazi pedophile, and how bad that looked, deleting the post, getting one of his fans that posted that to delete the post, basically. Videos are still out there, having conversations with Sam Hyde where they actively talked about murdering me. But then again, this is far from the first, nor will it be the last Nazi that he has actually defended. Who was talking with Sam Hyde? Destiny was. Their communities merged and intersected because they had a unique shared perspective of wanting me to die. So it goes a little bit beyond drama, is my point.